Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Did a Facebook live last night, and it was kind of a quick little thing, but it was just talking about picking the right colors and how to choosing the right colors for your complexion and for your eye color, and hopefully that helped. Got a couple of messages from people saying thank you, so that's awesome. So this morning I want to invite you to get ready with me. I've got to go get my hair done and got to get some things done before I head out in the morning. Got to finish getting packed and things like that. So what I'm going to do, I sat down here and I had my shower and got my hair all washed and haven't done anything to it because I'm fixing to go to the hair salon. So anyway, I thought, well, while I'm doing this, I may not get a chance to do another one for a while because I'm going to be out of town for a little while. So I'm going to do my makeup. So y'all want to get ready with me this morning? I hope so. If you're there, say something so I'll know you're there. I'm going to use my cream to powder foundation this morning, the Mineral Touch Cream Foundation. It goes on like a cream, but goes to a kind of a powdery finish, and I just love this. And this is in taffeta. I still haven't gotten my other foundations, my other colors in yet. Still waiting on those. Got some more eyeshadow palettes coming in and stuff like that. But anyway, my face is washed. Got my skincare on. Got my face primed and all that. So I thought, well, since I'm getting ready, I'll just have y'all get ready with me. So thank you for joining me at my table again this morning. I tell you, I love my vanity table. I used to always have one. Even as a teenager, I had a little vanity table in my bedroom. And that's where I got ready for school every morning. And so then I got married and always had a vanity table, and somewhere along the line I think I just got rid of it. I don't think I had room for it at one time in my bedroom or something. Anyway, I don't remember, and then I kind of just got out of the habit of doing a vanity and started doing the bathroom thing. But then I got to where I needed to see up close, you know how that eyesight thing is when you age and all that. And so I went back to the vanity, and I'm just really loving it. And you see, it doesn't take much of this to do the trick. I mean, I've just dabbed in it a couple of times, and I know where my problem area is, and it's right up here. I have some dark spots up there, and I just try to, Good morning, Francis. Good morning, Linda. How are you ladies this morning? Are y'all ready? Or have y'all gotten ready? Or are you getting ready with me? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, some people will take this opportunity to do concealer on certain places, and, I could do that right now, but I always like to do my concealer after I do my powder. So I'm going to do my powder, and this is in taffeta as well. It's just the pressed powder. And I love the way they have these little covers over them so you don't mess your powder up. So I'm just going to go over everything with my powder and set it. And you're noticing I'm not going under my eyes yet because I'm going to use my concealer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my concealer, and because I have a little bit of darkness, I am already getting treatment this morning for my lupus. Bless your heart, Linda. My mother had lupus, and I know all about that. I've been tested for it because at one time I thought I had it, and I didn't. But I understand. I'll be praying for you about that. Lupus is kind of hard. It was for my mom. I hope it's not as bad for you. But I'm taking this inside mostly of my eye. Sometimes I'll take it up on my lid because I do have some darkness up there. So what I'm doing, you know how I open my mouth sometimes? It's funny how we watch people's videos and how they do make these faces when they put their makeup on, isn't it? But anyway, I thought, well, why waste a getting ready thing? I might as well just go ahead and go live. And I thank y'all for your comments and stuff. I try to see who's on here, but I get busy looking at my screen and can't really see who's on here. So if you let me know you're on here, I'll say hi. I appreciate y'all joining me. Now what I'm going to do to set that concealer is I'm going to go back in with my powder, but I'm going to take my puff this time, because this time I'm just going to dab it. I'm not going to rub it, because if you rub it, it'll rub it off. And we don't want a lot. We just want to dab where we put it. I'm not going to do it on my eyes, because that's for my eyeshadow. And last night I was talking about some people put their concealer on first, and then they put their foundation on. And what that's doing is that's just wiping away your hey, Rebecca Newell. Saw your pictures with Billy Ray and John Berry and all that. I love seeing your pictures. Looks like y'all are having a good time. It's hard for me, but today is better. That's true. Well, God bless you, Linda. I'll be praying for you, hon. I know that lupus is tough. Okay, so now what? I've got my, anyway, what I was saying about concealer is if you put your foundation on after your concealer, then you're going to be wiping away the concealer, so there's no reason to put the concealer on. So put your foundation on and set your foundation with powder, but don't do anything under your eyes. And sometimes you don't even have to put foundation on under your eyes if you want to just put the concealer. And then just lightly set it with either loose powder or your pressed powder or something just to set it. So I've got that done. Now what I'm going to do, I don't have my eye primer yet from Unique. I have it ordered, but it's not in yet. But what I do is I use an eyeshadow base, and this just goes on your eyes, your eyelids, and you can put it up to your brow if you want, because this just helps prepare your eyelids for eyeshadow to make it stay, and helps with the pigment. You don't need no help really with these Unique palettes, the Addiction palettes, because man, they are great. And I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to experiment a little bit, so I don't know how this will go, but we will see. So anyway, now I've got that on, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my brows. My brows are pretty good. I do have permanent brows, so you know that's a blessing. So I'm taking my Unique brow pencil in medium, and as you can see, it has the spoolie brush on one end where you can brush them, which I love. And then this has such a thin pencil, such a thin lead, that you can do the brush strokes, which I love that look. So what I do is I usually will just concentrate on the bottom part on this one, because this one's naturally higher. And then what I do is I concentrate, somebody told me to do an eyebrow tutorial, but what I do on here is just concentrate on the upper part, because I want to try to raise that to where it will match that arch, if you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on the bottom of this one, not so much on the top, just filling in basically. And really what I'm doing is filling in where I've put on foundation, making sure I've got all the foundation out of my eyebrows, because it will sometimes get up in your brows. So I think that's pretty good. Okay, it doesn't take much for me, because like I said, I do have permanent brows on. So that's awesome. I love that. Now, you know my little secret that I shared with you the other night. This is the Highbrow pencil by Benefit, and it's just a matte, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a matte cream. And what I do is I always highlight right under my brow. It just makes it look clean. Now you're saying, well, you just put eyeshadow base up there. I did. But this just is lighter and brighter. And I try to get as close as I can to my brow without getting it in my brow. I don't want to get it in my brow. And that just cleans up my brow line. Makes it look lifted, makes it look neat, makes it look just tweezed, just waxed. It just brightens it up. And as I've told you many times before, my darkness is not under my eyes, it's inside my eyes. So I love my pencil, and I've had several people ask you about it, and it is Highbrow, Highbrow, and it's by Benefit. And I need to go get me, this is my last one. I have one that's about that big, but this is my last one. I've got to go back to Ulta and get me another one. I cannot do without that. Okay, so I've got that on. So now let's just do some contouring. Thought I had all my brushes out here. Here you go. So now I'm going to do some contouring. And if I can find a, okay. I don't like that brush either. Where's my contouring brush? You know, I have all these brushes, and I usually use 5 or 6 of them. There's only a few that I really use all the time, and so it is what it is. I'll use this one. So I'm going to take my beachfront bronzer. As you can see, there's 2 different colors there. There's a lighter and a darker, and I'm going to go in with my darker, and I'm going to go in and contour underneath my cheeks. You know how they do the fishy face. And you know I have a long face. My chin is so long, I'd like to push it back, but it is what it is. I have a long face. And contour up here. Oh, don't judge my hair this morning. I've washed it and just dried it, haven't curled it, haven't done anything to it, but I'm fixing to go get it done. So I put my color, my base color on it. Now I go get some highlights. So that's my beachfront bronzer, and I just love that stuff. Love it, love it, love it. I did a video the other night using the beachfront bronzer as an eyeshadow, and you can. All these products are so versatile. You can use them for different things. A lot of these eyeshadow palettes you can use for lipsticks and cheek colors and everything else. So it's really good. People are very innovative and creative and all that stuff when they're doing their makeup, and that's a good thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do my cheek color, and I'm going to use this is the only cheek color that I have from Unique, and I do like it. I want to get me kind of a coral color because I love my corals. My corals and my pinks are my go-to colors as far as lipsticks and cheek colors. So I'm going to go to this, and this is the one called Stunning. And as you can see, it is stunning, and it looks very bright, but it's just because it's all compacted in here. Hey, Lavon, how are you? And so what I do is I put it on, and it just takes you saw just me dabbing in there. And this takes very little, and I'm going to put that right on my cheeks on top of where I contoured. And my thing is, you may not, but I like to do the end of my nose. You know, people call this blush. And if you think about it, you put it in the places that you normally blush. Like if you're embarrassed or whatever, and you think, oh, she's blushed or she's flushed or whatever. And you just put that in the places that you do that. And sometimes I'll put it down my neck or whatever, but I always put it there, and I put it on my cheeks. So that's kind of a neat way to remember that blush is you put it where you blush. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with, I don't have my highlighter from Unique. Got it ordered. Can't wait. I've ordered several things. But this is by Luna, and I really like this. So what I'm going to do is just brighten up my face a little bit. And I'm going to go right above, and I go down my nose. Don't get on the end because I've already put my little pink on there. I want my pink kind of being rosy. And right in there, that's about it. So as you can see, that just gives me some glow. And my skin is dull because I'm older. And I'm going to put a little more cheek color on. You can always go back in with your pressed powder if you get too much and just dab. You don't want to brush it away, but just by dabbing will help tone down your cheek color. I'm going really fast, aren't I? I'm sorry. Anyway, we've got our eyebrows, we got our foundation, we got our concealer, we got our cheek color, we got our beachfront bronzer, we've got our eyeshadow base, we've got our highlighter. So now, what I'm going to do is do my eyes. Oh, and I've got my high brow under my brow, so that's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and I think I'm just going to play this morning because I can. Isn't that fun? Randy's gone. He's working. And I thought, well, I'm going to get in here. I got out in the shower, and I thought I'm just going to get in here and play. So I think I'm going to use palette 5. These are some fun colors, and they have shimmer. You know, I don't do frost or anything like that, but I can do a little shimmer on my lid and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go in with this Suspicious. It's going to be suspicious because we're going to see what it does. But this is kind of like a golden, taupey golden color. And I need to pin that hair back. Let me just pin that mess back. Oh, that's so much better. What did I do with my brush? Well, heavens to Betsy. There it is. So going back in with this color here, called Suspicious. And I'm just putting that on my lid. I'm not putting it anywhere else because it is a shimmer. Now I want to look in my makeup mirror over here just to make sure I'm getting it where I want it to be. And I've always told you that I like to keep my lid a lighter color. I don't do the darker colors because my eyes are so deep set that when I open my eye, you know, you can't really see a lot of lid. That's what I mean by that. I have not much lid space. So that's pretty. And if you can just see kind of the shimmer, very pretty, very light, very subtle. And the important thing too is if you don't have a bunch of different brushes that you use, be sure and clean them. I have a cleaning pad right here underneath me, and every time I do, and I'm going to change colors, I really like my brush. It's short, dense, and it's really good, and it's really precise. So now I see what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Addiction palette. Let's be fun today. I'm going to take my Addiction palette number 4, and these have some really pretty colors. We have some matte colors. These are matte. This one's matte and this one's matte, and then we have our 3 shimmers. And let's see, I think I'm going to go in with, I don't even know what I'm wearing today, but I think I'm going to go in with Cheerful, and it's kind of an aqua blue green color. So I think I'm just going to go in with that, and I'm going to start, and everyone knows, you've seen this time and time again about the V. Oh my goodness. So just go in. And you know, I've always said to keep that edge clean, but don't worry about it. We can go in. We have a trick, and you've seen it if you watched any of my videos, how to clean up that edge. You don't want it all down here uneven. So I'm just bringing that in. This is kind of hard to do looking in my iPad because it's far away, and just want to make sure I get it even. So let me look away just a moment in my mirror. As you can see, I'm going in my crease, and I'm just pushing that in, pushing that color in my crease. You can feel it, and just going back and forth. And always kind of look, shut your eye and look and make sure you've got it pretty much even. We can blend it out, and we can add to or blend to make sure that it's even. And then, as you know, I like to blend it and kind of connect it. I call it just connecting all my colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with that same color with my angled brush. As you can see it right there against my face, it's angled, so I can angle it and get really precise. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the corner, and I'm going to go in like that. See how I just kind of connect those? See, right now it's just not connected, so I'm going to connect that right there, and that kind of makes me a pretty edge too. See how I did that? Now that looks kind of yucky right now, but we're going to blend that out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blender brush, and we're going to blend it. And we're going to go in from the outer corner because we don't want to make any more of a mess out here than we need to. And just start blending. Blend until you get it to the color or consistency that you want. And if you blend too much, you can always add more. Let's just blend all that across your eyelid and everything. That just melds those colors together. You can't really see where one stops and the other begins. And I think I need to add a little more on this side just to make it even. I wiped a little bit too much away, didn't I? It's a good thing about it. It's just makeup. You can fix it. It'd be bad if you put it on and that was it, you know. With this, you don't just get one shot. Thank goodness. That's the good part about makeup, is you can fix it, blend it, add more, take away, whatever you need to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, where's my color? This palette again, palette number 4, and I'm going to go under my eye with this beautiful aqua shimmer. It's called Honest. And I'm just going to take that Honest and I'm going to run it under my eye. And what that's going to do is soften up a little bit of the color I just added, but still be in that same color family there, the blues, just to soften that up. There's that. And then, other one. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this orangey, now I think I'm going to do the pink. I think I'm going to go in with my palette number 5 again, because I've got some pink in my pants. So I think I'm going to go in with this pink on the end here. It's called Victorious. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of that up here and make it kind of my transition color. Some people will put their transition color on first. I like to put it on after I do my crease. That way it just softens up that crease even more and makes it all. See the difference? How soft that looks and how it just blends up into my brow better. See? So it just helps to soften that look of the crease color. And you can do that with the lighter colors like pinks. You can do it with a light purple. And usually I always stick with a matte color when I do that because I have old eyes. But this is not really real frosty. So you can see I can get away with it because it's not a high frost. It's just a shimmer. LaVon, we could do you too, honey. I said makeup's like painting an old barn. You know, every barn looks better with a little paint on it. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're an old barn, but you know what I mean. Just heard my dryer click off. Okay. It's amazing how different it looks here and up there. Okay, so there you go. There's my eye color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up. Now, you know all about my highbrow pencil. So what I do is I take that and I go up just like that on the edge. And I bring it out a little bit so I can blend it. And just go up, wipe any of that unevenness away, and see what a clean line you get. See the difference? It lifts my eye. You can just see that it just lifts my eye. Just makes a huge difference. And it just cleans up that edge. It makes it look neat. And do the same over here. Just go up to your brow. Wipe the excess away. Voila. That is just the coolest thing. I hope all of y'all do that, because it's pretty neat. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my eye pencil. And now, as all of you know, I do have permanent eyeliner and eyebrows. So the eyeliner that you see is permanent, but when you put your shadows on, sometimes it will go over your permanent eyeliner, but the line is there, so I don't really need to do anything except just go in. And what I do is I line my waterline up and above. So I go under my eye to get the upper waterline, and I go below to get my bottom waterline. And I'm using my Unique eye pencil in Perfect. I'm learning my names slowly but surely. I haven't gotten all the names in the eyeshadow palette, but see what a difference that makes. Now this technique does make your eyes look smaller, so I'm just telling you. Now, and there is a technique where, and I've done this on lots of people, and I have done it on myself. I just prefer this look for me. But you can, instead of black, you can take and line your waterline with a white pencil. And I do have one somewhere. It's just a cheap one by Maybelline. Well, that ain't it. But anyway, you can do that, and it'll make your eye open. It'll make it look brighter. But this is my go-to thing. I just have always done this. And you know what I said last night when I was talking about doing makeup? We know what we like, and you know, we just like what we like, don't we? And I just like that look on me, whatever it is. And then because I don't really have to do much on top, I just kind of go over just right there next to the lash line. I don't wear a lot of eyeliner because, as I said, I don't have much mobile lid. So if I did, all you would see is just black eyeliner. And it would defeat the purpose of putting on these beautiful eyeshadows. So, does that look even? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into palette number 1. I'm going to go into palette number 1. This is kind of my go-to palette. This is one I use all the time, but I didn't want to use it today. I thought, let's do something different. And I'm going to go to the lightest color, called Elated. I should know that by now. Called Elated, and it is a matte color. And I'm going to get my brush, and I'm just going to lay it up there. I'm not brushing. I'm just going to lay it up there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to just blend it. So then what I'm going to do is go in. I want my inside of my eyes to be bright. That just softens it up. I love my eyeshadows. Okay. So now I'm pretty happy with my eyeshadow. So now I'm going to do my mascara. We're almost finished. Doesn't take me long. When I traveled with the guys singing, Noel and Alan and them, and Gold Harbor and all of them, I've always traveled with the guys, seems like. I traveled with the Hendersons in Alabama, and they were girls. But anybody that's ever traveled with me, I think this side is darker than this side. I don't like that. I'm going to fix it. I'm all about fixing it. I don't like to be different. I want it to be the same. That's why it's so good to have this magnifying mirror. Now, I'm still got my clean edge. I'm not going to mess that up. It just looks so different. And I'm going to pat that just to tone it down a tad. Okay. I'm happier with that. Now I'm going to put my mascara on. But getting back to what I was saying is I've traveled with the guys for years. And going on the road and stuff. And I remember they always said, man, you get ready quicker than anybody I know, especially for a woman. And I thought, honey, if you've been doing this mess as long as I have, it's second nature, you know. I mean, and let me just tell you this too. And even I get ready quicker than this when I'm not talking or illustrating something. But I'm not putting on Unique's mascara, and you've heard me say I just can't wear it. I'm going to try it again. I think it may be my allergies because my eyes have been red and itchy, and I'm going to wait till some of this pollen and crap's over, and I'm going to try it again because I don't want to say that it's the mascara, because I used it once before and it didn't make my eyes itch. So I'm not saying that it's the mascara, but if it is, I'll tell you. You know, we all have different sensitivities and stuff, you know, and some people can't even wear jewelry, you know, they break out or they're sensitive. So we all are different. But I've tried it several times in the last couple of weeks, and every time I wear it, my eyes itch. I mean, and I don't know why, but it just itches to the point where I just have to go wash it off. And I know a bunch of people that wear it and they love it, and when I put it on, it was awesome. So I'm not going to say right now that I can't wear it, but I'm just going to say right now and I've been having so much sinus problems and runny nose and hoarseness and scratchy throat and all that other stuff. So I'm going to chalk it up to the pollen and to allergies, because we have a back porch, and I have to dust out there like 3 and 4 times a week. I could really probably do it more. With the pollen, I mean, I'll dust that furniture out there, and I go out next day or two, and it's right back. I mean, it's really bad right now. So I'm saying that it's probably allergies. But I'm going to try it again before long and see what happens. But you know, still waiting on the doctor to call me back about my insurance. They're trying to get my insurance approved so I can have my knee surgery. This arthritis, man, I tell you what. If you've never had it, you better thank God, because it is painful. Very, very painful. But I'm looking forward to getting my surgery. Oh, Lord, I'm a hot mess. Look at that. Hot mess. Anyway, okay, so there's my eyes. You can see. Now what I'm going to do is do my lips, and then I'll be done. And I don't have my lip liner yet from Unique, but it's a-coming. And I like to use kind of just a neutral. I don't like a lot of color on my lip liner. And what I use my lip liner for is to keep my lipstick in place. That's really why I use it. And I have pretty good lips, so I line pretty much where my lips are. And I've had several people say, well, if you have thin lips, what do you do? You can try to make them look a little thicker. You're not going to be able to really do a whole lot, but you can, and downplay the thinness. Don't wear dark lipsticks for first and foremost, because that's just going to draw attention to the thinness of your lips. Stay with more of a neutral, lighter color, and that won't be so bad. So anyway, but if you wanted to try to make your lips look a little bigger, you can. You can go outside your lip line underneath here and right at your Cupid's bow. But then when you're going to have to follow your lip liner. It's going to look like you've just been eating an red popsicle or something, and it's just not going to look pretty. So anyway, let's line our lips. You see, it's not a real bold color. But I went down a little bit to show you. See there? I kind of went down below my lip line, but when you're looking at it, you can't really see that I went down below. So that's what you can do. Now, I don't need to do that, but there you go. And then your Cupid's bow. You could go outside the lip line of that one, but I don't need to do that either, so. And when you're doing your Cupid's bow, make sure it's even. You don't want one higher than the other. You know, if you've heard me talk before, you know that one of my downfalls is I'm a matchy-matchy person. Everything has to match. I mean, I have to have the earrings on to match the outfit and shoes to match, you know, I'm just one of those. I hate that. I wished I could just put stuff on and not worry about it. And that's kind of the way it is with my makeup. I want my eyebrows to match. I want them to be even. And I want my eyeshadow to kind of look the same. And it's a challenge to make sure they're both exactly the same and blended the same. And I have to make sure that my lips are as close to the same as I can. It's not always going to be, but I'm just one of those. I'm one of those crazy people. Now what I'm going to use is my Splash lipstick, and it's in Sentimental, I think it is. I can't see. I don't have my glasses in here. I think it's Sentimental, but I love this. It's a matte finish. It's not drying. It don't make your lips crack or nothing like that. And it's got a brush, and it's just the way the brush is made. It's so easy to put on. You can get up easy and like in your Cupid's bow and in the corners. It's really easy to work with. And it's just a pretty mauve pink. And as I've told you, I wear pinks and I wear corals, like peachy colors on my face. I like the pink and coral cheek colors, and I like the pink and the coral lipsticks. And so I have ordered some corally colors from Unique, and I can't wait to start trying that. Now, you know my trick if you've watched me as well about I don't really like dark lipsticks on me. So what I usually do is I'll take a little bit of my concealer, just a tad, it don't take much, and I'll just pat kind of the middle of my lip, not all over. Kind of gives you that ombre look or whatever you want to call it. That pouty look. I see so many girls doing that now on their selfies. But thank goodness for a makeup mirror that has a magnifying side. You can see everything you don't do and what you need to do. So there you go. Just lightened it up a little bit. Now, I'm not a big, as you know, I'm not a big high gloss person, but if I was, then we could add a little gloss to it. So just for you, we'll do that. And this is the Lucrative Lipstick Gloss, and it is in Lucid. And it's by Unique. And it is really good. If you like lip gloss, you'll love this. Isn't that pretty? See, that's the colors that I like on my lips because I have kind of big lips. I don't wear the real bright colors because you can see my lips coming way before I get there. Lord knows it ain't pretty. So I'm going to add, I'm looking really kind of too pale, so I'm going to add a little more bronzer. I think I need it. I'm just going to go over all my face because I can. Just add kind of a that looks so much better because I don't want to have raccoon eyes. I want to just touch that up. Hey Tabitha, how are you, Miss Barkley? You're so, oh gosh, talking about beautiful. Always, every time I see you, I always look so pretty. Got your makeup on just right. So pretty. Tell Keith I said hello. Hey, my husband's on here. Hey, Randy. Do I look pretty? Anyway, there's that. I did my hair color last night. And my hair is naturally really dark. I mean, like, really dark. And I started getting gray, and so I started putting color on it, and I would always go with my natural color or try to get close, and my hair's really dark. Back when I was in school, I'd put sun in on it and everything else trying to lighten it up. Well, all it would do is get red with my dark hair. I'd spray that sun in on it. Do y'all remember that? And I'd lay out in the sun or get out in the sun, and it'd be orange. I mean, it was horrible. My mother and daddy got so mad at me. Why do you do that? That looks horrible. I said, I want to be blonde. Well, I never was blonde. Never have been blonde. I do dollies sometimes, and people say, you look good as a blonde. I'm thinking, I might want to. Oh, yes. I haven't been to Fanfare in a while. I need to come back sometime. I know y'all are having a great time, but we're heading out of town, going to Alabama to visit with our family and granddaughter that's birthday's coming up, so we just couldn't come. I seriously thought about it this year. Randall Wiles had sent me a note, and I thought, well, I just can't come. That's just conflicting in my schedule. But y'all have a good time, and tell everybody I said hello. Tell Keith I said hello. And I love you, Tabitha. Thanks for joining me here at my table. I miss seeing you, too. I miss seeing everybody. That's a good thing about those conventions and stuff. You get to see everybody, and I miss that a lot. Really do. I think about y'all a lot. And that's a good thing about Facebook, is we can keep up with everybody. But anyway, that's my look for today. I'm going to go get my hair highlighted. What I was saying about my hair is I did it last night, and it takes 2 boxes because it's so long now. And I did my hair, got rid of my gray and my roots, and I asked Randy, I said, what do you think? You think I ought to have highlights? And he said, you know, he said, I hadn't seen you like that in a while, because when he first met me, my hair was really dark, because I put dark on it to cover up my gray, and I did it at home, and now it's dark again like it used to be. And he said, I hadn't seen you like that in a while, but I think I like you better with highlights, so I'm going to go get me some highlights. I just think as I get older, sometimes I think the dark maybe is a little hard on me. You know, hey Chuck. How are you, Chuck Ellis? I love talking to y'all. A lot of times I miss seeing some comments. When I'm doing my eyes, I'll look away and I don't see who's on here, and I'm not trying to speak to anybody that's on here, or you're all important to me. So thank you for saying hey and joining me at my table. And Chuck Ellis, I hope you've learned how to highlight. I mean, that will be great. I have a lot of men watch, you know, and that's okay too. But anyway, that's my look. I hope you like it. I can't wait to get my other palettes in, and my highlighter, and my lipsticks, and my eye primer, and some things. You know, I thought if I'm going to do this, I've got to have the products. So, you know, but I'm ordering as I can, and when I get all my stuff, you know, then whatever I get in, I'll start doing some lessons on that as well. But can't wait to get my other addiction palettes. Please let me encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe. I need you. Go to YouTube and look up Darlene Chapman and the Makeup Girl. And then when you find my page, just click on that button that says subscribe. And that just means, somebody said, does it cost anything? No, it doesn't cost anything. All that means is that you will subscribe, and it will notify you whenever I do a new video or anything like that, because I'm going to try my best to take Facebook Live and move it over to YouTube, because Facebook Live has limited me as far as my friends. I can't have any more. There's 500 and something requests for me to be their friend, and I can't friend anybody else. So YouTube, it's a wide open field. I can have as many people watch and many people subscribe as is out there. So that's the good thing about that. And hope that you have enjoyed this little tutorial. It was quick, but that's the way I do my makeup. And if I ever go too fast, you can go back and you can watch this, and you can pause it, and you can write stuff down if you need to, if I'm telling you a color or whatever, or send me a message. Also go to, if you're wanting to, you can go to my link, Unique Products, Darlene Chapman, and you can shop there and look around and see what all Unique has. They're always coming out with something new. The powder foundation's coming out, kind of like Bare Minerals. So I think now you can have to back order it. Everybody's ordered that stuff, and it's on back order, but you can still order it. It will just take a little bit to get here. I think it's back ordered till June or something now. I had 2 people tell me yesterday that they went and tried to order and it's back ordered. And I said, well, you know, at least you can get in on the back order. Thank you, LaVon. I try. Anyway, thank you so much. Like I said, I don't know when we'll be back because we're heading out of town. I'm leaving in the morning, and won't be back till probably 10 days, maybe, something like that. So we'll be out and about for a few days, visiting family and just getting away. And so pray for safe travels, and thank you so much for joining me at Darlene's table, and I look forward to seeing you back here again. Hopefully it won't be too long, but Thank you for joining me, and God bless you, and have a wonderful day. Bye.